You're listening to EUAudio. Listen, learn, lead. How to measure the ROI of training. To overcome the negative consequences of the much-debated skills gap, manufacturers are investing heavily in training programs to upskill their existing workforce. Everyone realizes that training is a valuable resource, but how valuable exactly? We explore how to calculate the return on investment, or ROI, of training for a manufacturing workforce. A famous motto states that if you think hiring a professional to do the job is expensive, you should just wait and see the cost of hiring an amateur. Nowhere is this truer than in manufacturing. Repeated human error can be expensive, it can damage equipment, compromise a business's reputation and credibility, and ultimately be a threat to employees' safety. To prevent this, manufacturers need to properly train their employees to do their jobs safely and effectively. Proper training is also paramount to accelerate manufacturers' journey to Industry 4.0. Even the latest automation technology won't help maximize productivity unless it's used correctly. The point is not whether or not manufacturers should upskill their workforce, but what training program will add the most value to the company. So, how do you calculate that? The first step is to be aware of how much a training program will actually cost. Most manufacturers will carefully consider the direct costs of hiring experts and paying for trainees' transport and accommodation, but there are other factors to take into account. The cost of promotional material, such as brochures, and of manuals, software, or other educational tools also add up. Moreover, while employees are taking the training or teaching colleagues, they don't actively contribute to the overall production. You should know approximately how much work an employee can do in an hour, and the value of that work. Now, multiply that for the whole duration of the program, and add the result to the other costs. The temporary loss of productivity is often the most expensive aspect of training. The next step is to forecast the benefits of training. These can be savings realized by reducing the amount of time required by each operation, or by minimizing mistakes and the costs associated with them, such as machine failure, breakage, or customers' complaints. When forecasting benefits, it's important to do so in a quantifiable manner and with specific goals in mind. For example, don't just assume that further training will allow workers to do the job faster. How much faster? Let's say you aim to cut lead times by 5%. How much will the plant save because of that? However, cutting costs and increasing profits are not necessarily the only benefits of training. Studies show that employees with long-term goals experience greater job satisfaction. Training could help employees understand how to improve their performance by helping them pinpoint specific goals and give them the tools they need to actually achieve them. In the long run, this can lead to an increased level of job satisfaction and consequently to increased staff retention. By retaining your current employees and empowering them to work more effectively, you are not only making the most ethical decision, you're also saving yourself the costs and headache of hiring new staff. After the training program has been delivered, review your forecasts by comparing productivity before and after training. Are your trainees working more efficiently? Do they feel more confident and less stressed about their job? Answer these questions with quantifiable data, and you will have a clearer picture of what was successful about the training and what needs to be improved. Don't just settle for amateurs. Upskilling your workforce is essential to cut costs and increase productivity. And since knowledge is power, why not visit EU Automation's Knowledge Hub? With dozens of articles and 2 books to download for free, you'll be sure to find a good starting point for your next training program. EUAudio is brought to you by EU Automation.